A new study from the CDC is offering encouraging news about preventing a debilitating condition caused by COVID-19 that can develop in children. It's called MISC, or multi-system inflammatory syndrome. Dr. Anna Alvarez is a pediatric infectious disease expert at Wilson Children's Hospital and joins us now live via Zoom this morning to explain the results of the study. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
So first, researchers say that MISC can be prevented in kids if they do basically one thing.
Absolutely. The study from the CDC that was just recently published showed that 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine was 91% effective in preventing MISC in the age group from 12 to 18. There was a similar study done in France that had similar results, also protection from MISC from the vaccine. The studies have now been done in the younger population, but they are going to be done, and we expect that the protection is going to expand to all vaccinated children.
So would you explain what MISC or MISC does to a child's body?
Yes, it's a complex thing and is under investigation. But what our current understanding is that what happens is the MISC is an overreaction of the immune system. So when a person gets COVID, the body starts producing antibodies, and sometimes the antibodies are produced against parts of the virus that is similar to parts of our body. So then the body starts attacking itself. So what happens in MISC is then there's a lot of inflammation because there's an attack on several parts of the body. That includes the heart, the kidneys, the liver, the brain, the GI system, and that inflammation causes severe disease in children.
And these are children then that have to go to the hospital, typically to the emergency room. I mean, how severely ill do they get as a result?
Yeah, most of the children with MISC, I would say 99%, get admitted to the hospital. A good percentage of them, maybe 60% or in some series more than that, get admitted to the intensive care unit. And probably about half of those need life support. That means that they have to be connected to a breathing machine, or they need to get drugs to keep their blood pressure and their heart working. We have had some kids that have required dialysis because their kidneys failed, and also ECMO, which is an extraordinary measure when nothing else is working.
We have reported on MISC, before, obviously, months after the pandemic really started. And what I think is interesting and important for parents who are watching this morning is that parents often they miss the signs because MISC does not typically present itself for maybe even weeks after a child has been infected. And that child might not have even gotten very sick from COVID-19 or may have been completely asymptomatic. So this happens weeks later and parents have no idea it has something to do with COVID.
Exactly. We've seen peaks of MISC about 2 to 6 weeks after we see peaks of COVID in the population, like in the community. And it's every time we have had a wave of COVID, we have had a wave of MISC 2 to 6 weeks later.
And so it's interesting because, what we were hearing at the beginning of the pandemic, and it really has been long term, is that, parents have basically been told that, hey, kids don't get as sick as adults because they're not considered high risk if they catch COVID. But we're just, obviously hearing about the dire consequences of MISC. I mean, what's your message to parents about the importance of getting vaccinated to prevent children from developing this debilitating condition?
So MISC is rare, considering the number of kids that get infected. However, when it happens, it's extremely severe. As I said, it can send the kids to the ICU with requiring life support. As a matter of fact, as of January 31st this year, there have been 7,000 children with MISC in the United States and 59 deaths related to MISC. We actually have had death to MISC at Wilson Children's Hospital. So parents always think that it won't happen to their children, but if their child is that one, the consequences can be devastating. And the important thing is to know that now we know that we can do something to prevent this. And the thing to do is vaccinate the kids.
Dr. Alvarez, I can't imagine losing a child, and you're right. And thank you for your perspective as we break down the results of this new study from the CDC. We appreciate your time this morning.
You're welcome.